Welcome to Kindling Conversations, the podcast where warmth meets wit, and four friends gather around the crackling fire of camaraderie to share stories, laughs, and insights. So grab a cup of your favorite beverage, settle into your favorite spot, and let the glow of Kindling Conversations accompany you.
Welcome to Kindling Conversations, everybody. How's everyone doing today?
Who are you?
Sorry, I am Ben with my three okay co-hosts.
I'm Kyle.
I'm Ashley.
I'm okay.
We
You
hope
want to
you're
talk
okay.
about it?
Yeah, do you want to talk?
Yeah, what's bothering you,
Yeah.
Caleb?
A lot, actually. But no, my name's Caleb.
So, just if anybody's watching this, I don't know why, but if anybody's watching this, you are seeing a new background and a new setup. We were trying this out. We'll see how it works.
We'll probably move a couple more times.
Yeah,
Yeah,
this isn't over yet. We'll see.
Yeah, once
maybe
you
a
know,
new
we're just
studio.
the permanent studio's being renovated right now, so
Yeah,
once that's
we're getting things figured
So
out.
donate to us,
yeah.
please.
Yeah.
It's expensive.
Please, please. Oh, I am just realizing that I'm like half cut off my camera. I can do this and talk. So
He's
today we are
circumcised.
talking about my job as a CNC setup operator and programmer,
What does CNC mean?
computer dynamic control.
Consensual and non-consensual.
I was going there, Kyle.
I do not do consensual, non-consensual. So.
Ben works with gifts.
We don't kink shame here.
I am not.
Yeah.
I do not do consensual, non-consensual. I don't know why you guys keep saying that. That is not what I do for a job. I'm not a porn star. You think I could be a porn star?
I mean, that's a fair point.
Maybe if it was like ugly porn.
I mean, there is a porn category for everything.
Yeah, it is true.
Rule
What's-
34.
I was gonna say, what's the rule number?
If it exists, there's porn of it.
Yeah, rape. There's porn of rape, apparently. So, yeah.
Yeah.
What do you think consensual, non-consensual is pretty much consensual rape.
Yeah, exactly.
So, no, I'm a computer dynamic control programmer / setup person. Like setup operator. Sure. So, yeah, that's my job. I know as much as you guys say my job isn't important, I don't do anything in my job.
No, we don't say your job's not important. We say your job's easy.
It is not. I could put you in front of one of these machines, and you guys would have no idea where to start
Dude,
off.
You
You
just
push
push
a
buttons.
button.
Yeah.
No, I'm saying with no program in there or anything, just the machine, no tooling. You guys would put it all in, and you guys would be lost
I had experience in high school.
on a CNC machine.
Yeah, we had him in the metals
Um,
class.
I really
So-
hate to break it to you, but you're kind of old and it's changed.
That's why I said in high school.
So how do you start off a program then, Kyle?
Ooh, clap back.
You push a button.
No.
Yeah.
Like
No,
no,
you
no.
do push a button.
yes,
Yeah.
but what would be the very first thing in the line of code?
Start
No,
No, it would be a bracket.
numbers.
it would not be a bracket. It would be an O and then your program number. So whatever your program number is, that's what it would be.
This guy thinks he's smart.
And then, do you know what G1 means?
Yeah.
G-force.
No.
What does it mean?
G's,
G1?
G spot.
Yeah.
That's the G spot. That's the secret code to the G
Oh my God.
spot.
That's where it lies. We
My
found
job,
it.
my job is not
Let's-
sexual.
Let's back up.
Okay.
Let's back up. How did you get into this field?
So in high school, we had a CNC machine, and it's a really old one. It's been sitting there for a while. And then the tech ed instructor decided to bring in one of the local CNC businesses and start teaching us about it. And he said, anyone who wants to join this little club after school, and we'll do stuff with it. And so I did. We did it for like 3 weeks, and it kind of died off. And then my junior year, going into my senior year, I was looking for classes to do, and he's like, "Well, you either take a bunch of blow-off classes or these programs at Gateway. You said you wanted to do something with CNC." And I was like, "Yeah." And so I went to this like career or this like college program. So I spent half the day at high school, half the day at Gateway learning about CNC stuff, and I actually been being okay at it in school and understanding it, and so I stuck with it.
How many years did it take you to get through
Two
college?
2 years of college, a technical degree. But I mean, I could have, because I went to a technical college. They have like these colleges now where they're like just about the program, like the program you're taking. So it's all revolved around just the CNC one. So you don't take any English classes or math classes, no gen eds at all. It's just your main classes. So it's cheaper that way, and it's a little better of a schooling. But
Because
didn't
you're
know that.
focused on your
yeah,
program.
you're focused more on your program, not
You
these
would have
other random
excelled at
things.
that.
Oh yeah, I would have. Yeah, it'd been awesome. But I didn't know about it at the time, and those for CNC stuff, they're kind of just new out there. They've been there for welding and stuff, mechanics, but for CNC stuff, they've kind of just started. What are you doing?
What are you doing?
What
Caleb?
the fuck?
You're like
It was
playing with
like-
You're
the
like
You're
curtain.
like a cat.
roping my curtains.
You're like a cat. You're just swatting at it.
They ain't
my God.
bothering
You
you.
hurt my curtains?
What are you doing?
We can move on.
No, what are you doing?
No, you're sitting there messing with it like a cat. You're just flapping it. You're like,
I just looked at the camera. I just see Caleb going, touching the curtains, like roping them. Like,
yeah, he was like so confused by the anal beads on the curtain.
Oh my god.
Like he tilted his head back, it touched his head, and then he started messing with it like it bothered him. Like it offended him.
All right, we can move on now. So yes, that is how I got kind of into my career. I didn't really have a dad or a grandpa who were in CNC like most people do. That's how they get into it. And how I got my job, I just happened to know the guy who works at a CNC place, and he was like, "Hey, you want to come work with me? Because we're looking for help, and
Hey.
he'll pay for part of your schooling." And I said, "Sure." And so I got my job now, and I'm still at for almost 3 years now. Are you guys still going on about the stupid curtains, Kyle?
Kyle.
Michael.
What?
Who's Michael?
Michael Myers. It's from the Halloween movie when he
Oh my
walked
God.
in on her. Michael. That's what you sounded like, but you said Kyle.
If you guys can't tell, we are recording pretty late.
Yeah.
It's only 9:15.
My guy, we're old.
That's fair.
Or at least Ashley says we're old.
When was the last time we stayed out this late?
Out.
Wednesday.
We're in.
I guess.
I was gonna say we are in. I mean, me and Ben are out.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's fair.
Okay,
It was treacherous conditions to get over here.
It was. It really
Treacherous.
was.
let's jump back in.
There's a straight line for Ben.
No, I had 2 turns.
Okay, so what type of things do you make?
My specific shop, we make musical instrument mouthpieces, so like trumpet, trombone, tuba. We just picked up a new contract. Now we're making cornet. I think the instrument is
That's
cornet.
wood.
Huh?
Those are woods.
Woodwind.
Cornet?
Or well,
That's a
woodwind,
clarinet.
but-
This is a cornet.
Oh, a cornet, like a trumpet.
Is that what it is?
Yeah.
Oh.
Cornet.
I don't know what
It's
it
got
is.
the same mouthpiece as a trumpet because I
And
got a
then there's
cornet.
Cornet is just a smaller trumpet.
Is
Yeah.
it? Oh.
I
don't
got
know.
a
Does it
cor-
look like a trumpet? Like you have the 3 finger
Yeah.
thingies?
I don't know. I've never seen it before. I was just told
Yeah,
that's
that's what
what
it
the
is.
instrument we're making is.
I know what a cornet is, Kyle.
I
I'm
got one
asking
here.
Ben to make sure
Again.
we're talking about
So-
the same.
I don't know. That's
instrument.
what I was just told. But we
Okay.
also make other things. Like we just got done making these they're like these little flanges that go into a big like water filtration system. And those are really cool. It's made out of stainless steel and really shiny.
So you
at
just
end.
don't make instruments?
No.
Pieces?
No, we make a bunch of parts. So we're technically a job shop, but we do make our own products too. Like we have our own, like my boss has his own line of mouthpieces, Grego mouthpieces. And so he makes his own line of mouthpieces too, but we also are a job shop. So a job shop is someone who picks up contracts for other companies and makes parts. But there are some shops that aren't job shops and they make their own parts for their own products. But we pick up other parts too.
And I mean, your job's pretty important.
Yeah, because I mean, we don't make necessarily like this kind of stuff. We did at one point, but then they decided to stop making it because they're afraid that the instrument people are gonna get mad. Because we did make gun parts at one point, like a small order of gun parts. What
But you can
else?
also make like medical supplies.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. There is companies that their whole business revolves around making medical supplies, but medical supplies are tough because they're held to really tight tolerances.
Mm-hmm.
Like
Like
so,
Pratt?
our parts are only held to about 3 thou, which is the thickness of a hair. That's what our average tolerance is. So we can move up and down the thickness of one piece of hair. We do have some that can go lower than that. But medical pieces are usually held to like
20
the quarter. No, that 20 thou is massive.
Oh. I don't know.
So
Caleb was thinking about it the wrong
Yeah.
way.
Yeah.
So we measure in what's
Caleb
called
thought he was
machinist
smart for a second.
machinist inch. So there's point, right? And the next number after is 100 thou. That's like right under an inch. That's like under an inch. But then there's 10 thou is the second decimal place after, and the third decimal place is a thou. And we measure in 3 thou is what our average tolerance.
That would be like 1,000.
So
yeah,
3
you've
thou.
lost me, but that's okay because you know what you're talking
Yeah.
about.
Oh,
So 3 thou is about the thickness of your hair, piece of hair.
put it this way, Caleb. You're about 3,000.
Not even. I think Caleb's a little bigger than that.
I'm 20 thou.
You guys have no idea what you're saying.
I really don't.
Caleb's saying he's real small.
No.
So if
I'm
you
saying I'm real
so
big.
oh my God.
Right? Right? Am I thinking about that correctly?
20 thou is bigger than 3 thou, yes. And 100 thou is bigger than 20 thou. Because 999 thou is a thou away from 1 inch.
So 100 thou is
An inch.
an inch.
No. 999 thou.
A
100
million.
thou.
A million thousand inch.
What? A million?
999,000 is
No, 9. This is really hard to explain to you guys.
999,000.
So 0.999 is 900. I gotta think about this.
Now you confused
No, you don't
him.
even know.
100 thou.
It's your job.
Yeah, but Kyle's confusing me now.
And Kyle's good for that.
It's hard to not. It's not
Okay, move on because
Yes.
these boys will
yeah.
keep
I know.
circling the drain with you.
I want to understand because now I am really confused. I was good with moving on earlier, and then it got brought up again. I have to know. So 9.
So think about it this way. So when I don't know how to. Okay, go. What'd you ask? What's your question?
So I was gonna say like you said 99.9 thou.
900 thou, add 99 to that, and you get it.
So 999,999 is just less than an inch.
Yes.
Which would mean 100 thou.
Which would mean a million or
No, 100 thou. Wait.
1,000. It would mean 1,000 thou
yes.
is an inch.
Yes, would be technically an inch.
1,000.
But we don't say it. We
thou?
just go up to an
Yeah.
inch. We just go up to an inch. But you're thinking of it the correct way now.
Okay, yeah.
I'm
But
not.
yes, pretty much.
So are we going by millionths?
No.
We're going
no,
by thousands.
millions is even
Thousands.
smaller.
1,000.
Okay, you know what? Move on. I'm not gonna get this,
A
and I don't
1,000.
need to get this
Because
for
then
my
the fourth
job,
the
so.
fourth decimal place after the fourth decimal place, it goes in the tenths. The fifth one is millionths.
Think about it this way, Caleb.
I had to have
Caleb.
I had to have someone double check my math today to make sure I
Caleb,
was measuring sugar or getting
think
the
about
glass of
this.
sugar right. So
Think about this, Caleb. If you're in the negative numbers, right? Like negative 100, if you're getting higher, so like negative 100, negative 99, you're getting higher. That's almost what 1,000 is. So a million is smaller. If you go up from a million, you're getting bigger.
Yeah, pretty much. So millionth is the smallest we get. I mean, we don't measure in that.
Like a
that
millimeter?
is-
you said
No, it's
1,000 thou, right?
Yes, that's an inch.
That's an inch. Would that be equal to 1 million?
No,
no.
that's 1,000.
1,000 thou is
Isn't-
equal to 1,000.
Is equal to an inch.
An inch,
yes.
So what's less than 1,000 thou?
999,999.
But we don't go 100.
So it is by million. So million is 1,000 thou, but that's an inch.
Yes. Yes. Yes.
Yes.
Yes. Now you got it. Woo!
Okay. But obviously, you can see how important language, the understanding of the language is to the job.
Yes. Learning CNC language is a totally different language because to move in a straight line,
It's like medical terminology.
to move
And
in a
restaurant
to move in a
terminology.
straight line, to tell the machine to move in a straight line at a certain speed, you have to put a G1. Now, if you want the machine to move as fast as it can, like away from a piece of material, then it is G0. What?
I was gonna guess G10.
No, G0.
Caleb, if you haven't noticed,
Everything is
it's-
opposite.
Yes, and it's so minuscule.
Mhm.
It's so small.
No, not G0. G0 means the machine's moving as fast as it can. The machine moves at 1400
So when you
1400 inches a
think
second.
when you think it's opposite, it's not.
Actually,
This
you're
is-
confusing him. Stop.
No, no.
Stop,
This is the
Ashley,
thing that's
stop.
gonna happen is I'm gonna have a guess. I'm gonna guess, and then I'm gonna be wrong, right? So then the next time I'm gonna be like, okay, this is my guess, but I'm gonna reverse it,
What, Caleb?
and then I'm gonna be wrong again.
What do you think G2 means?
G2? G2. I'm guessing. Well,
2
if
inches.
G1 is if it's going as slow as it can, right? G2 is going as slow as it can.
No, G1. So G1 is you can set the speed, right?
So G1, you set the speed.
Yes. And G0 means the machine's gonna move as fast as it can possibly can. What does
So
G2 mean?
G2 mean it's
Slow as
not
it can.
gonna move at all?
G2 means it's gonna take a right hand turn. A right turn.
Caleb's walking
What
out.
kind of shit is that?
Hey, you didn't knock this head over this time when he not walked out.
that is some
Can
shit.
you guess what G3 is gonna be?
Left.
Yes.
Oh, okay. So what's backwards? G4?
There
No.
is no backwards.
You go negative. So
Okay.
now when we move the machine, think of a graph.
Yeah.
So you have like a graph in your mind, right?
Yeah.
Are you coming back now?
He's contemplating.
Did you hear what G3 means?
No.
He said no. Okay,
G-
so then what's G3?
If G2 is a right-handed turn, G3 is
Left-handed.
Yeah.
I'm picking up on the lingo.
I gotta say, I didn't see left coming.
What do
So-
you think I was gonna say?
No, I mean right.
Oh,
I didn't
right?
see the
G2,
right turn.
right?
Yeah.
No, like
See, now is where it gets confusing. If you go to a lathe, it mixes everything up, and so it's not really right. It's like up. G2 is, and G3 is down.
Hmm.
Now, so that's where it gets confusing. Yeah, it's stupid. I always get it wrong. I always pick the wrong way. But luckily, when you make a program for the first time, you run it at slow speed, and you have really full
so you
control
ran
of
at
the speed.
G0. No, G1.
No. Yes, there's just G1, but every time you're cutting material, you're running a G1. You have there's a little dial on the machine that you can control the speed of, and so you put it in single block. So it means it'll go block by block, and then because each block is a different movement, and then you turn the dial and it'll move that speed, and so you have full control of speed so it doesn't crash.
Yeah.
You have no idea what I'm talking about.
Yeah.
Yeah. See, this is the hard part. My job is really hard to just explain in words.
Hey, Kyle.
Just
That's a lot easier to
explain it
show.
in
Kyle,
Kyle,
buttons.
I think we owe Ben an apology. I
You
don't think
what?
it's just pushing a button.
Explain it in buttons.
So now, if I want to do a G1, I push G, then I push the 1 button,
Oh, there we
and
go.
then
Okay.
I push X because I want to move up.
And then Y is across. X is up and down. Y
So
is
we talking about a lathe or a mill? Do you want to talk about a lathe or a mill?
What's the most standard?
I think it depends on the material.
It depends what you want to make.
make one of your miniature cows.
Yeah. Yeah, miniature cow.
Well, that's a 3D printer, and that's a little different.
But let's say it was on a CNC machine.
Yeah, let's say you're making a metal one.
Yeah.
So that'd be on a mill then, probably, most likely.
okay.
You would technically need a 5-axis. I'm not explaining 5-axis. You guys can't make.
No. Hold on. 5-axis.
X Y A B.
X. 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 No,
X.
Y.
No, so your
Y.
Z is your up and down.
You just
That's
threw-
right. X Y Z.
So no, okay,
X,
okay,
Y, Z.
okay. Let me explain something to you. So when you're looking at a mill, there's a table that's flat, right? And then there's the head of where the actual tool is, and that goes up and down, right? So do you guys understand that part then? You know what a mill is?
Is this the tool goes up and down?
Give me a sec. I'll show you guys a picture.
Well, you better show the frickin' video listeners too.
Yeah, I will.
because I think we're all really confused. I don't know about you, Ashley. You seem. I'm not. I feel like I'm in class.
Because I lived with him while he was going to school for this kind of stuff,
And
he
I was
would
like
tell my
addicted to this
parents
stuff,
about it.
and so I would just keep watching it. I
Oh,
would
so
just
it's
keep
like your
talking about
3D
it.
printer.
Yes, a mill is like my 3D printer.
Oh, so if you've seen a 3D printer, you've seen a CNC mill.
Yes,
Just on a
kind of.
larger scale, I'm assuming.
And different tooling and stuff. Yes, kind of though. Yes, that's the concept. I can't show. I don't know why it's working at the moment.
I
So I
can
can't
see
show
you're
them.
doing.
I can't show them anyways right now because it's not popping up. My screen view isn't. Sorry for the technical difficulty, guys. I thought I had this all
We'll get
figured
him
out.
trained up one day on video.
Yeah. One day, or maybe eventually.
One day over the rainbow. Sorry, I don't know.
It's not showing up
did
for some
I-
reason. That's the right thing. That's not showing
Is
up.
that the right song? Did I mess those lyrics up?
Somewhere over the rainbow.
Somewhere.
Someday.
Oh, there it
over
goes. I got it work,
the
guys. So now we're gonna be able to see. We'll
rainbow.
transition into that. Alrighty. So if everyone will look at the screen, sorry for my audio listeners, but
Okay, so we're gonna describe this. It's oh my gosh, that thing is huge.
it's not. I'm trying to find a basic one that shows.
Basically, they'll bend like it's a 3D printer.
Yeah,
It's just
so
it
see-
cuts
But
instead
it's
of
carving out.
Yeah.
right. It's carving out and cutting.
So that's what I'm talking about.
instead
This
of-
is the spindle. So the thing above it is the spindle.
Hold on. Explain it to our audio listeners like they're 5.
So there's this round thing that spins around really, really fast. That's called the spindle. And it's above everything. So that's the part where the actual tool sits in. And your material sits on this table, it's called, we call it. And then there's slots in it that you can put little holders in to lock down the tool.
And there's blue hoses that spray out coolant.
Oh, you got that right.
Hey,
And there are some that spray out air too.
you said it's a
Oh, that's good.
5-axis, right?
Not this one.
And
I'm
there's
not, I'm not
vacuums.
explaining 5-axis.
Okay, but I have
Because
to
I don't
just
even
ask.
understand 5-axis yet.
Oh,
You can still try to ask. I understand somewhat, not a lot.
I was just gonna say, are the 5-axis up and down, left and right, and then
Diagonal.
the
No.
depth?
So 5-axis is. How do I explain this now?
Up, down, left,
So
right,
you, do
forward,
you get
backward.
a basic mill yet?
A thou.
Shut up.
Uh-huh.
So a 5-axis, the table swings back and forward. So the part can turn on its side. So the part will spin. So the part's on its side, so you can cut the side. Does that make sense?
Yes.
Does that make sense, Caleb? He's not even paying attention. He's going to ask the
He's on
question,
his phone.
and he doesn't even pay attention.
Maybe his little girlfriend was texting
Oh,
him.
yeah. Your little girlfriend.
Did that make sense, Caleb?
Yeah,
Look.
let's go ahead and move on. from
He's
this.
over there
Oh,
cheesing.
blushing.
Oh, Caleb,
This
why
is
is
more
your
interesting than
face
my
so
career.
red? Don't say rosacea.
So that's my rosacea. Anyways, so I'm picking up on the 1000th thou. I've got the G0 through G5,
There's no G5.
G4.
G5 and G4 mean something else. so we're not gonna
G5
do
is
that.
a restaurant.
It's just
Thought
a G3.
G4 was a right-hand turn.
No, G3, G2 is right hand turn. G3 or G2 is right. G3 is left. G1. Think of it this way. So G1 is straight.
Okay.
G2 is right. G3 is left.
Okay.
That makes sense.
Yeah.
You got
should
that
probably
down.
switch the camera back to all of us
Oh, I probably should.
because we're talking. But all right, so I get the 1000th thou or 3000
thou.
or 3 thou or whatever the I'm sorry, 100 thou or whatever it is. Whatever. What was it you said? What's the highest thou? That you said?
100 thou. 100 thou is the highest thou. 100
999,999.
thou. 100 thou.
100 thou is the highest.
Yes, let's go with that.
We're going with that, or that's the answer?
Yes, that's the answer.
Yeah,
Okay.
wait.
Oh my god.
It's a
I thought you said 1000 thou earlier.
it's one 100,000.
So 100,000 what we call that spot.
100,000 is
No,
an inch.
okay, guys. So 100,000 we call that spot because 100,000. Then there's 200,000, 300,000, 400,000, 500,000, 600,000.
Wait, Caleb, you're
But
right.
600.
A million is an inch.
Yeah.
Yes, a million thou would be an inch.
Yes.
But we don't say a million thou. We don't use that term.
I was right.
We
Yeah, I
just
was
say an
thinking of it
inch.
because I'm like, wait, 100,000 is less than
And then there's
999,000.
200,000, 300,000, 400,000.
So
Five-
500,000.
Continue on.
So
500,000,
500,000 is half an
700,
inch.
800, 900.
500,000 is a half an
And then we go
inch.
to an inch.
Yes.
Yes. 500,000 is a half an inch.
So then 1,000,000.
So 250,000
would be a
is
quarter of an
quarter
inch.
inch.
And 750,000 would be three-quarters
So
of an
it's
inch.
just simple math. You're just
Yes.
breaking it really
Yes.
far down.
Yes.
Which means the 3,000? No, 3,000.
300.
Wait, what was the tolerance?
Our tolerance?
3 million
3,000.
thou is 3 inches.
3,000.
3,000. Not 300, not 30,000. 3,000.
3,000. Oh. Holy shit.
So this is like-
now this is like mind
You
blowing.
see it clicking. Hi, your dog here. I see you're sitting down, reading a magazine. Have you ever given much thought lately to ear scratches? Here, let me help you by nosing aside that distraction and positioning my head right under your palm. There. Isn't that better? That article is bumming you out anyway. My silky fur and the way I'm half closing my eyes in pleasure right now have been clinically shown to bring down your blood pressure and add years to your life. Wait, no, don't pick that back up. To get the full benefit of ear scratches, doctors recommend continuing for 90 consecutive minutes. Oh, alright. How about 3? There, much better. Ear scratches. Yeah, that's the spot.
Thank you, Ear Scratches, for that sponsor.
Mocha should have
Mocha.
been a paid actor for that bark in the middle of it. Because
I
that
guess
was
I
the
never-
most perfectly timed
I
bark.
never noticed that before until
didn't?
No,
Really?
Oh,
no.
Yeah,
I
it's
just
like-
noticed that. It is perfect.
It's the most perfectly placed bark. Like,
yeah.
she was a paid actor.
It's like
Oh,
we got her to
absolutely.
bark during that.
we
Yeah.
did. What are you talking about?
Yeah, we did. Yeah.
We're just
She got
that
paid
good.
in treats.
Oh, yeah. Just that good.
Okay. You want to come here?
Alrighty. Back to my job, I guess. This is it's confusing.
1,000,000.
podcast.
I get it.
Sure you do. But I'm just saying. So
So-
the whole point behind that was saying that our tolerances are so small you can't even see them when we make movements.
But they
So-
make a huge difference.
Yes, they do. They can make the difference between the part fitting and not fitting where it's supposed to go. So that's the thing.
So what does the let's say you're gonna make a mouthpiece. Is
Mhm.
it does it start off as just like a block of metal?
It'll start out as a round bar because we load 3 foot long pieces into the machine at a time. So there's a 3 foot piece of metal in the back of the machine spinning the
So
whole
would
time.
you say 3 feet is small or big?
Pretty average actually size for a piece of metal that we use.
So I'm average then.
Shut
Oh my
up.
god.
Because
You
you,
are
say I'm average.
You're like 3 inches.
What the fuck? I think you're getting inches mistaken for feet.
Okay.
Because he's still out, wriggling in the door.
Oh, Lord.
Do not remember which button is which.
That's
Yeah.
the one I meant to hit.
3 feet, baby.
So yeah, we load 3. But then the Swiss, we load. There's a bar feeders attached to the machine. It's like they're pretty much kind of all one machine then at that point. And so there's a 12-foot piece of material in the machine at one time spinning. So sometimes we'll have a 12-foot bar spinning at 6,000 RPM.
So is
Shut up, God. No, I am not answering that question. I am not answering that question.
Is 12 feet large?
Shut up, Caleb. Shut up. Shut up.
How many mouthpieces can you make out of
A 3-foot
a
piece.
12-foot piece?
Well, we don't make mouthpieces out of a 12-foot piece. We come
Well, then
down
why'd
to
you bring the
3-footers.
12-foot?
yeah.
Why'd you
What do
bring
you
the 12 feet up?
what do you make out of it then?
So we make other parts. So, so we do make.
Do you make the bells?
No, we don't make the bells. That company on
Ding.
themselves makes the bells.
Oh,
Because the
Ding,
bells
ding,
aren't made on a
bells.
CNC machine. Those are
no,
handmade.
the bells, the part that the sound comes
Yeah.
out of, the part that flares
Yeah.
out.
We make pretty much every part up
You
until
played
the bell.
trumpet.
The big speaker part.
Yeah.
Where all the
The
sound
part the
comes
sound
out.
comes out.
I
No,
get what
because
you're
those
talking
are
about
those
now.
are handmade and soldered together. Those aren't all one piece. Those are all soldered together and stuff. So, hey, let's keep this PG here. This is a
It's
PG.
explicit.
I know this. But yeah, so we pretty much make every other piece up until the bell. Otherwise, we pretty much make
Even
every
the
other little
valves?
tubing. Yeah,
Really?
we do some. So we don't put them together. So we make the part, we send it over to them, and then they solder a bunch of other tubing together, send it back to us, and then we bore the inside out so it's the size better. It has to be a specific size to get air not to pass through it. And so once we get to that size, then we send it back to them and they install it.
Okay.
But we make pretty much every piece for that valve, like the inside, the guts, the outside, the actual valve you push, the little button you push. We make those.
Yeah.
So and we put a little pearl in them.
Oh, yeah. Do you glue the pearl in?
No,
Is it a
So-
real pearl?
some are, some aren't,
Hmm.
depending on the company and depending on the level of instrument. The ones you used in high school and grade school, fake pearls. Real pearls are too expensive for those ones.
How do you know? You don't know what I had for a trumpet.
Yeah.
You were not buying one with a real pearl.
How do you know?
3 real pearls at that.
Those are extremely expensive instruments.
How do you know that's not what I used?
Did you spend $20,000 on an
Well,
instrument?
no, I rented.
Yeah, those are like $20,000.
He rented a
instruments.
$20,000 instrument.
Yeah,
You
right.
don't know. I could have rented a $20,000 instrument.
Yeah,
Yeah.
right. Those like,
See how I incorporated the language in again?
oh my god.
I understand it.
No, you don't.
Okay, I'm just gonna ask a question. So we move.
We're moving?
Different materials.
We didn't get an office yet.
They mean they have different tolerance and stuff. Which is the most easiest to work with? Which is the most hardest that you've experienced?
Diamond.
So, they each have their own little
Emerald.
difficulties, and they each have their own
Platinum.
benefits. You shut up.
Gold.
So, brass is nice because it's a soft material. So when you make a mistake, it doesn't damage the machine that much or damage the tool that much because the tool just kind of pushes into it. 'Cause it's soft.
You started. I wasn't laughing. You started laughing.
I looked at you and just thought about it, and I couldn't. Would you stop moving the tripod? So, yeah, brass is a softer material, so it makes it nice to cut and stuff. But when it chips into really small pieces, and they get everywhere. And then they get all inside the coolant tank and clog up our coolant tank. Then we got to pull it out, drain the coolant, and clean it all the time. But brass, I think I like to cut brass the most. It's really easy to get a good finish on it. Your inserts last really long. or
Which
your
one's the
tools do.
softest you work with? Brass?
Plastic.
Gold.
Oh, plastic. That's
But
right.
plastic is a pain in the butt because it doesn't chip.
Flakes.
It just gets all the long stringy pieces and gets
Mm.
wrapped around everything.
Because
and
it
then you're-
heats up.
Yeah, it heats up because of a really low melting point.
Mm-hmm.
And so then it goes when you drill, the drill gets all clogged up with chips and it melted in. And then you get a very good finish in your inside if you don't bore it or anything. So why are you laughing?
Sorry, I'm just inappropriate.
Yes, I know you are. So, yeah, so that's why I don't like plastic. Stainless steel is nice because if you use the right tooling and the right speeds, you can make it look beautiful. Like we just those flanges I was talking about, like you could see yourself in them out of the machine. Looking.
You guys can attest I wasn't laughing.
You were like,
I'm listening
I'm gonna
intently.
stop looking at you.
I'm listening
So-
intently.
Yeah, stainless steel's really nice if you get everything correct. It makes a beautiful product. It's just, oh my god, it's just that it's steel, and so it's tough to machine because it's a harder material. Aluminum is really easy to machine too, but it's hard to get a nicer finish on because of that low melting point. Stop it. It's just harder because of that low melting point. so it's harder to
Right.
get a good finish on it because it heats up fast. What other materials I have machined?
Wait, so what's the hardest? Did you?
I haven't got the hardest yet.
Oh,
I'm just kind of going over everything right now.
I would guess what the hardest was.
Tungsten.
Yes, but we don't machine that. No, actually, I think there's one more harder one.
What?
Yeah, there is.
Can't even say it.
I don't. I can't remember the name of it.
My rooster.
No.
There is
It's moments like this that I regret joining this podcast
there's a
and
lot of
being
stuff.
the only girl.
There's a lot of stuff in machining that sounds terrible. To be honest, like if you just like
Putting the stock in the.
like if you're just talking, like people could look at you and be like, "What are you talking about?" It's like, "Oh, machining." What? No, you're not.
3,000.
Especially CNC in and of itself.
That's true.
Yeah, see?
Because like I could say like one of our machines during the threading pass, it like makes a banging. It like bangs a lot. See, that's what I'm talking about.
Wow.
All right,
It makes
so
a banging sound.
moving on.
No, he's
So-
explaining it.
I'm still explaining,
Oh,
Ashley.
okay.
So the hard material we do is probably steel or stainless steel.
Is stainless steel hard? I thought it
Yeah.
was.
No, stainless steel is hard. It's like steel. Any sort of steel is hard.
Yeah, but I don't know. I guess because it had the title stainless in front of it. I guess.
308. No, 306. 308 stainless steel is the harder stuff. I think we
Do you do aluminium?
aluminum. I just
aluminum?
said- Yes.
What the?
What the
I
frick
just
did you
had a
just say?
stroke.
British?
Aluminium? Is that what you just said? Aluminium?
Aluminium.
Aluminium.
Oh my god.
Aluminum.
Yes, we do aluminum.
Okay. Jesus.
I
Oh,
knew
I-
my best friend was dumb, but I didn't know how dumb.
Aluminum
till
was the one
today.
with the low melting point, so
Thanks.
it's tough to machine because they are good, nice finish on.
Okay.
If your tool's any bit dull, it's gonna melt and get stuck in your tool
Right.
and break your tool.
What's worse, aluminum or plastic?
Plastic, because of the stringiness of it. It's very stringy and it makes a mess, and it is a pain in the butt. But we can actually charge more for plastic because it's a harder material.
Oh.
So we charge more to make parts with it. Because it's a harder material to make stuff with.
Could you make me anything with a CNC machine?
Yes and no. What do you have in mind?
I just want this one big, giant piece of ravioli.
Yes, I actually could make a giant piece of ravioli. I'd make it on a mill.
If anyone listening doesn't understand, Ashley does not like the word ravioli.
So she's outside the podcast right now. She took her
Yes.
headset off.
But-
Her ears plugged.
Ashley, we won't say it anymore.
Ashley, we're done.
Oh, what are you? I didn't say it.
But yes, I could. And do you have anything else in mind that you want to make besides that
Well,
word?
I
You're leaving the door open for him, Ben. I'm not sure if
I
that's a
said
good idea.
besides-
what
that
would
word.
you? Oh God, hold on.
there's this product that I've been in development with, like with
Do
a couple,
not say.
with a couple people.
Do not
Fire
say.
putter oven.
Shut up. It's not patent yet. We don't give people ideas.
And I'm just wondering, can you make that?
Parts of it, yes. Not the whole thing.
So what parts?
The end nozzle.
The fitting,
Okay,
the nozzle, yeah.
Yep. And then the connection to
can
the
make
hose.
that.
Yes.
even though it's such a tiny hole.
Yeah. We have tools that go that small.
So what's your
We have
smallest tool?
Our smallest tool that we currently have is 32
1 thou.
thou.
I'm really.
1 thou is small as fuck.
I know.
1 thou is 2 thou less than your size, the size of your hair.
So 32 thou would weigh like the
Can't
size
relate.
of a gram.
It
Yes,
is.
you can.
It
now.
is so
That-
hard.
that's true.
So a funny story about the 32,000s mill. So we're running this part. It calls for it calls a 32,000 mill, which is really tiny. You can barely even see the cutting edge on it because it is so small.
Is it sharp?
Yes, very sharp.
So like, if you mishandle it, it would cut your hand
Yeah,
open.
it could cut you if you mishandle it very easily. Yeah.
Wait, just the
Are
just
these-
the piece?
Are these
the end little cutting part. Yeah.
tips like diamond?
No, most of ours are carbide.
Oh, okay.
They do make diamond tools, but we don't machine
these-
stuff where we need diamond tools. That's when you're machining like titanium,
tungsten?
Yes.
Okay.
Use ceramic and diamond tools.
Do these
Okay.
pieces that go in like little heads and stuff, do
The
these
tool
look
holders?
like no, like the actual like tool,
The
I
cutting
guess.
part?
The
Yeah.
cutting part.
The tool.
Does
yeah.
it look like a drill bit?
Depends on what. Yes, we do have drills that are drill bits. Yes. We have drill bits and we have end mills, which is pretty much a drill bit with just a flat surface, but has cutting edges on the side.
Does it look like a
So you
router
can-
bit?
Like I'm trying to imagine what the bit looks like. Like what
I
are
feel
you
like I feel
what
like
are you
think of
cutting
a-
with?
I feel like it looks like a router bit.
I guess
No,
that
no,
would
no,
make
no,
sense.
no. We do use router bits in. We do use kind of the router bit style for making like chamfers and stuff to give it like that slanted edge.
Right.
So
Like
it
in a mill.
looks like
or
its
the-
own thing.
Yes. The router bit looks like itself. Looks like a router bit.
No, but I'm saying like the cutting piece.
The
That doesn't really like look like another piece of another tool.
so now a mill does. So think of a drill with a flat end instead of a point, but
Okay.
then the whole upside of it is sharp. Like a drill, just the tip is sharp, right?
Mhm.
But this, a mill, the whole side of it is. So the whole, all the way up the flutes, which are the spiral part,
Okay.
those are called flutes. All the way up those flutes is sharp. So you can cut on the side, take
Okay.
bigger cuts with it. Does that make sense?
Yes.
Does it actually?
Yes.
Okay.
I
I'm
don't
not
know
gonna.
if it does
I'm not gonna explain a. does
to
it-
aluminum guy over there or not.
Kyle, does
but
that make sense?
Yeah.
I'm not gonna try to explain a bore bar 'cause you're not gonna get it. That's
a
a
bore
total-
bark?
A bore bar.
Bore bar?
Bore bar.
Bark?
Goes on the bore. It's a bar that goes in the bar. It's a bar that goes in the bore.
No, shut up. A bore bar is what we use to cut. So we drill a hole, and we need to get to a specific size, right? And we use a bore bar to do that because we can get to that actual size. Because
So you
drills, you
bore?
can't control the size of them.
So you
Mm,
Very
bore
well.
with the bore bar?
Yes, you bore with a bore bar.
Hence the name.
And you drill with a drill. You mill with an end mill. You turn with a turning tool. Is there anything else you want to know? Oh, I didn't finish my story about the little end mill.
Oh.
So we were running a job in the Swiss, and it had a little mill on it, right? Well, the mill was leaving a burr because the mill was dull. So we ordered a new mill. We get this new mill, and my boss comes over and hands me. He goes, "I only got one because they're tough to get. That's all we could get at the time." I said, "Okay." So I go, "Well, this tool is straight up and down, so you have to hold the tool in as you're tightening the nut on it. But then you also got to hold it because the spindle spins, and you won't tighten the nut if it spins."
Mm-hmm.
And so I'm holding the tool. I let go of the nut and accidentally let go of the tool. Tool drops and breaks. Brand new tool. Didn't even do anything with it. Yeah.
Oh no. What'd
And
your
some-
boss say?
I went up to him like, "Yeah, you know that mill."
Funny
I-
story about that
I
tool.
I dropped it, putting it in the machine, and it broke. He goes, "Well, guess you're gonna have to deburr all these parts." So I end up deburring like 500 parts.
Oh
Nope,
my
actually, I think it was 1,000
God.
order. 1,000 parts. So I had to go sit at a drill press and like deburr every single one of these parts.
Oh my.
1,000 of them.
How so
It took me a while.
what kind of difference would that tool have made?
It wouldn't have left the burr there, and I wouldn't
Oh,
have had
so
a,
it would have made them without the burrs compared to
Yes.
making them, and then
Yes.
you had to
because we
deburr them
needed
yourself.
we needed a smooth edge on the part
Oh, okay.
because it needed to be smooth, but with the dull tool it doesn't cut as good, and so it doesn't cut like a little piece of material off, which just leaves a little burr, and so it's
Mhm.
sharp, and we need a smooth edge because it fits.
Okay.
So something fit into that hole.
Right.
So
Huh. That makes sense.
so I sat at a drill press, deburring 1,000 parts. It took me a while.
Yeah, I bet.
So
Wow.
Yeah.
I'm assuming, and this is just an assumption, CNC machining today looks different than it did, say, 20 years ago.
Yes, it looks a lot different. We can do way more.
So then,
So back-
do you expect in another 20 years for there to be more advancement?
Yes, the machines will advance a lot. And actually, the program that we use to program the machines, like the computer software we use, will actually advance a lot too, because that's already advanced. Because 20 years ago, we didn't have this. We had it, but it was very basic, and not very many shops used it. Like
The
it was
software
very
to program.
yes, yeah. It was very common to sit there and type out the whole program, figure out the math for the program on paper, and do it. But now with the
Oh.
new softwares, if you need to figure out an angle of a line, you just put the 2 points in there, and then you hit a button, and it'll tell you the angle of the line. You used to have to sit there and figure it out on paper and do trigonometry to figure that out.
So I imagine the only more advanced we can go is just typing in, "I want a cornet," and then it just spits out a program for it.
See, I don't see that's gonna be tough.
I don't think it's
because-
like a 3D printer where you can just search, templates, right?
Kind of. You can search 3D models because the same way as 3D printer, it goes off a 3D model, except so with like 3D printer, you take a 3D model offline, right, and put it in your computer. You
Right.
can do that with the CNC machine.
Oh.
Yeah, as long as you can put a 3D model in the software, and then the software will read the 3D model and know all the points of it. And then you just tell them, in like the computer software, I want this tool, I want it to spin this fast, I want it to move this fast, I want it to start here and end here on the part.
So
And then it creates it'll figure out every single point for you.
so for the CNC machines we had at the high school,
Mm-hmm.
it had a sensor that you'd put in the stock or where the tool would go.
You had tool probes?
Yeah. Tool probes that came down and it would
Uh-huh.
touch the ends. Do you have those? So like let's say you have like a template.
Yeah. Those things are extremely expensive. I'm surprised
Really?
your school had those.
Oh, they splurged in the metals.
Obviously.
They redid the whole thing. There was like
Were they
4 or
Haas?
5. Yeah.
Haas mini mills? You know?
There's a picture of me with the with Scott Walker at the
Mhm.
time. He came to visit. They put like 4 or 5 CNC machines in there.
You guys had probes in your machines.
Yeah.
What the fuck?
Yeah, so like that's how he taught us like how to program.
We didn't even have those in the gateway.
Really?
No, we did touch off tools manually.
Really?
I'm not explaining that. You guys won't even understand that. But
Yeah, because
I'm guessing
that's
it's
how they
like
taught us how
calibrating.
to like map,
Huh?
Is it like calibrating?
yeah,
Yeah,
in a sense,
you're
it has
telling
rent,
the machine where the part is and where
Yeah.
the tool is.
where the
Okay.
sides are, the
Yep.
dimensions,
Yep.
yeah.
Okay.
Oh, that's our mill has that. That's only in mills.
Oh,
That what
really?
you're thinking of is yeah.
Okay.
So they had another one in the back to touch off the tool too, right?
yeah.
Yep. So you have tool probes.
So let's say if you had like a template, so like let's say you're gonna
Mhm.
make like a key or a mouthpiece. Would you have like a template for a mouthpiece and use that to kind of map the dimensions of it?
What do you mean a template?
Like, so let's say you don't have any of the part that you have to
Yep.
make. Would you get like a template, kind of like a
We would
3D
get
printed
we
one,
would-
for
no.
example?
So is what we would get is we get a print that would show the profile, so the outside of the mouthpiece, and then the inside, and everything will be dimensioned out.
So you just
so they'll
have to
show
put the
dimensions.
exact dimensions into the machine. You couldn't put like a
No.
prototype in the CNC machine and have it
No,
mapped out.
scan. No. So
Okay.
what you can do though is you can take the actual part itself, put it on something, take a 3D scanner, scan it, and then put it in our software that way,
Okay.
and the software can figure it out that way.
Hmm.
Because otherwise, to figure that out, you have to measure the bottom and the top and figure out that right angle to move the machine up to get that slant and stuff.
Okay.
And it's really hard inside of a mouthpiece. You think of inside a mouthpiece, it curves,
Mm-hmm.
and so if you do it manually, you have to tell the machine every single point. Because anytime the machine moves, it needs a point. It needs a spot to go. And so
Okay.
when you're doing like a circle manually, if you don't use an R, which is you tell the radius of the circle,
Mhm.
and the machine figures out all the points from that way. So there are little things in there like that where the machine, to make it easier, because otherwise you would need to figure out every little single point of that circle. And so to make
Wow.
a circle, to make like an inch circle, you could have like 100 million points just to make that circle.
Jesus.
Not a
So that's
million?
where
Not a million.
not a million,
Not a thou.
maybe a million. I don't know. I'm just
A
exaggerating.
thou?
I'm just saying a word, just saying a number, just to make it.
Would a
sound big, 'cause it
thou be
wouldn't.
really small or really big?
I would
Thou?
assume that's a thousand thou.
He said thou.
That's not a thing.
I assumed it was like 1,000 thou.
No, we don't go to 1,000 thou. That's an inch.
They go to 999 thou.
I don't understand how you don't go to 1,000 thou.
We just go to
'Cause
an
an
inch then.
inch.
Then we just go to inch. We just say an inch. We don't say thou. We just say an inch. I should have brought my calipers. I could have showed you this then because you can see it on calipers.
Look,
But I left them
like
at home because I
1,000
didn't think I
thou.
needed them.
I like either 1,000 thou or thou better.
I had them on me all day. They were in my pocket all day. I accidentally brought them to supper with me even, and I took them out when I got home after supper.
Oh
So,
wow.
I should have brought them because I could have showed you this then, and made way more sense.
The one time it would have been useful
Yeah, right.
I disconnected my
because someone just
headset.
doesn't wrap their brain around things.
I got it back now.
Do you have any
Yeah.
questions, Ashley?
No, she like knows what I'm talking about because I've explained all this to her before.
And just like when, like, I talk about my job, Ben's probably gonna sit there and be like, "Yep, yep, yep." I mean, he was there the whole time I was in school.
Yeah,
Same.
I was at home with her though,
Yeah, it's
And
different.
then
She was in my house
and
too.
you didn't hear her and my mom's conversations all the time too.
No, I did over Xbox because she talks fucking loud.
See, you heard Ashley's side,
that's
not my
true.
mom's side.
We heard every conversation. She'd go home.
Be talking like this.
She'd be fucking 4 rooms away, and it sounded like she was right in Ben's ear.
Yeah.
Rude.
But yes, so do you guys see how complicated my job actually is now?
Yeah.
Still pushing a button.
I mean, you're not wrong. I do push
A lot of
though.
buttons.
You gotta
I
push the
do
thou
push
button.
buttons. I just push a lot of buttons. See, now the nice part about my job though is like today, when the machines are running, there's nothing to do.
That's
Like
fair.
they just run because they're computerized. They don't need you to watch them. You go over, check a part every 50 parts, like something like that.
Could you imagine just
Okay.
like realizing there was a mistake when you went over, and then you're like, "Oh fuck, all 50 have to be fucked." Or
Oh,
scrapped."
I haven't checked a part in like 200 parts one time. Came back, and the part was bad, and then I had to go through all 200 parts, checking every single one of them,
Rip,
separating them, and to find
Okay.
out that 90% of them were bad.
rip.
Yeah, that sucked.
Okay, so here's a question. When you were growing up, what did you want to be, and how did it transition into this? Like how did it transition into wanting to?
So when
well,
I
we've
was
already talked
do
about
this.
how
yeah, but
you
it
wanted to do this.
kind of not the full transition of how I ended up doing this, I guess. So I started off wanting to be a firefighter, EMT, something like that.
Which you kind of are, yeah.
Yeah, I kind of am now, or kind of not yet, but
I wouldn't say kind of. You are.
not yet. I don't have certification yet to say
Yeah,
I
but
am.
You're
He's
doing
about
it.
50%.
I guess. But so I started off wanting to do that. Then I wanted to become a DNR officer for a while. That was like from 4th grade till I realized I wanted to do CNC stuff.
What made
was
you
being an
realize you
officer.
wanted to do CNC though?
When I was in school and they had that little program after school, and I got really interested in that.
That's right.
Like we didn't really go very in depth in that then. Like we just kind of skimmed the top.
It was
of
like
it.
an introductory kind of
Yeah,
thing.
pretty much like introducing us to it and stuff.
Okay.
And I thought, oh, this is cool. Like I can tell the computer to do this. And then I took those classes in my senior year in guys college. And the instructor's like, you should go on keep doing this after high school because you're pretty good at this. And I was like, really? He goes, yeah, most kids don't really understand it right away like this, like you did.
You know what I think is absolutely hilarious though?
Hmm.
Ben, I you know I love you,
I know where you're going with this, and I'm gonna agree with you on this.
but
Small penis.
I swear, like math,
Yes, math and numbers,
writing,
and writing have never connected with me. But for some reason,
you throw it in
I-
this, and all of
I'm-
a sudden you're like,
yes,
I got it.
I suck at math and reading. Now I'm in a job where I'm looking at a program that is
It's
all
literally
math
all
and numbers.
numbers, math, writing
Yes.
stuff, like, and I don't
Mm.
understand how you
Like
are
you can
so-
ask me to do certain math problems, and I'll be like, I don't know. But then you ask me to do something with like machining math, and I'm like, oh yeah, it's this and this and this.
Yeah, that's what I don't understand.
don't-
And I guess
It's his
just
niche.
It is.
Yeah.
Niche.
niche.
It's for some reason my brain just like attached to this when I was doing the CNC stuff.
Okay.
What you do?
So she said niche. Me and Kayla both went niche. And she went.
But yeah, I agree with you. Like math and numbers have.
Back to the
I
girly
was told by a special ed math teacher that
Oh, Kayla.
I was told by a special ed math teacher that I am unteachable in third grade.
3rd grade.
3rd grade that I am unteachable, and now here I am in a career that revolves around math. Take that, bitch.
And we're back.
Ben went on a full on rant.
Sorry, little hot about that one.
Take that, bitch.
At this point, you might as well say her
Bitch.
name.
You want me
Right.
to?
No.
Name
I
drop.
Drop
I
it,
will.
drop it. Drop it like it's hot.
Oh my god.
She doesn't teach anywhere around here anymore. And the funny part was I had her in 7th grade again. Stupid. I'm not going to go there again.
Did she tell you the same thing in
No.
7th grade?
No.
Well, she's like, oh, it's the unteachable.
Well, I guess
kid.
I guess she didn't tell me that. She told my parents that.
Yeah, during
Oh, it's conferences?
Yeah.
I fucking hated conferences, man.
When I
Oh,
was
they
that-
were the worst.
When I was that young, I never went to conferences.
I
and so
always
was told
wanted
this
to
later
stay
in
home
life.
because it's like if they're talking shit, I don't want to hear
See,
it.
but like if my parents only went to the special ed side of it,
You were in special ed?
Benjamin was.
I was. I'm
And
special. I was.
So he
all
would
through
go
high
there.
school. I still was special ed.
They would show up because I was in speech, and so they would show up to that, but they would never see the teachers.
Well,
It was all like the special classes that they
Mm.
would show up to.
Mm.
So like
Yeah.
I was in speech and I was in reading, in the math. They would show up to those, but then when it came time to like schedule with like the normal teachers, they'd be like, "No, just email them, call." And sometimes it would come up on the phone, and my mom wouldn't even answer. She'd be like,
Yeah.
"Voicemail, voicemail, voicemail."
yeah.
Voicemail.
It's just like I said. It was always funny how in school like couldn't do math very well and stuff, but then for some reason now I'm in a career revolving around math.
Hmm.
How does that make sense? I don't know. But like I said, also all these math teachers, you'll never have you won't have this. You won't be able to use a calculator at your normal job. My job would rather me use a calculator than sit there and figure this all out on paper.
See, my favorite thing, so like I hated math,
Mm-hmm.
but like in 6th grade and some other grades too, our teachers would hand out like coordinate graphs
Mhm.
where you'd have to go down the coordinates and it would make like a picture. Love those.
That's
Yeah, and you
that's
kind of
pretty-
apply to that to your
That's
job
pretty
now.
much what my job is too.
Right.
It's like a coordinate graph.
Oh man.
You
I
draw
love
like when I
doing
draw my shapes and stuff in the program to make my part.
Mm-hmm.
It's literally a coordinate graph.
Hmm.
Like there's literally 4 lines going like that, like a coordinate graph,
Yeah.
and I draw off of that.
So, moral of the story of, because we touched on 3 jobs so far, is
3?
that
3.
yeah, the fire department,
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Ben and
Okay.
Kyle's. And so is it fair to say that what happened when you were younger influenced your job now without you knowing it?
No. Not my
Wait, what
current
do you
job.
mean?
Like you really got into the graph pictures and now you're doing it for a job. Like you can look at
I mean, kind of. It just helps more for like the mapping and stuff.
Right. So like I don't have to worry about graphs now. Like
but you do coordinates and stuff.
yeah, coordinates and
well,
shit. like-
yeah, but that's just to put them from the ticket onto the prints. So like it's just copy and paste for me.
Mm.
You know.
yeah, but I mean, if you really want to dig into it, it's kind of like a coordinate when you're trying to decipher the dig instructions and figure out where on
Right.
the property. You know what I
Northwest,
mean?
east,
Yeah,
how many
northwest,
feet?
east, like-
You got to mark 200 feet.
Yeah, that's fair.
Like that's basically coordinates.
Right.
Like if we're gonna get into it, that's coordinates is graphing
That's fair.
and trying to figure that out.
I feel like being a surveyor would be more coordinates
Yeah.
too.
Someone can come survey my lot. That'd be great. So I don't have to pay $500 for it. Thanks.
No one's just gonna do it for free.
Yeah, I don't think I don't know anyone that knows anyone that's a surveyor actually.
I mean, I know somebody, but I
I
only
mean,
know him by
you
name.
could survey your own lot.
Really?
Just get a metal detector.
Yeah, find the pins.
Find the pins. Yeah, there's your survey.
And then get a post and then a string.
What do you need to post and string for?
To make, to
the
line it
survey
up.
marker.
Yeah,
Oh,
like a lath or something.
yeah, I guess.
But yeah, no, I know one by name.
Yeah.
Yeah, he was on a lot of the lawsuit paperwork.
Mm.
Okay,
Oh, yeah.
so wrapping it up
So yeah, that is pretty much my job, and
in a nutshell.
So
Yeah.
he pushes buttons all days.
in a complicated
Yeah.
pattern.
Don't forget, 3,000.
He pushes the G spots all day.
Oh my
I
god.
talk about a
okay,
lot of
follow us on
G-spots
social
all day.
media. You've probably already seen most of our story if you follow us there. If you haven't seen our stories, go give us a follow at Kindling Conversations on Instagram.
And kindling.conversations on TikTok.
And Kindling Conversations podcast on Facebook.
Oh, Kindling Convos on X. It's X now, not Twitter.
Yeah.
But then we also have our website and email and Discord. We have a
Kindling
lot, guys.
Conversations.
KindlingConversations.com.
Sorry for everyone who thinks this was a really complicated podcast, because it very was. It is so hard to explain my job. I apologize for that.
But I'm sure you learned a lot.
They can't all be easy.
And give us a 5-star review on
Everything.
Spotify. Well, everything. But
Make
Spotify,
sure you make sure
only
you
do-
follow our TikTok, because we're up to 17 followers on TikTok now.
Ayo!
Ooh.
Our watch time's getting longer too, so we're getting there.
Ooh,
We were at
getting
6
there.
seconds on the last one.
Really?
Our average watch time was. That's the longest yet. So
Wow.
we're getting there.
That's the length of a vine.
Vine. Really?
Yeah. 6
No.
seconds.
You just showed your age.
Oh, Vine was great.
Oh, Vine was perfect.
Okay, well,
Oh, join our Discord. KindlingConversations.com/Discord. And email us at kindlingconversationspodcast@gmail.com. And I think that's it.
that's it.
That's it.
Yeah. I think
Okay,
that's it.
thanks everybody.
See ya.
Toodles.
Deuces.
Adios.
That was a mess.